Welcome back. We are here at the GSL Code S, and we have the first survivor of the day, Nesty. He played really well. He played really, really well.
He really did. Nesty takes out MVP and shows once again that he's the best player in the world.
He is good, man. He is
right.
scary. I mean, we actually have to keep a fence in between the nerds in here and him because he actually will just kill any nerd he sees. He has been made to kill.
Tasteless, I know. It's wild, isn't it? You know,
some nerds are going to be like, Nesty, like want him to sign something. He just rips his heart out, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, no, thank you. I'm so glad you killed me, Nesty.
Once we tried the fence, and it was as high as the Tyrannosaurus Rex fence at Jurassic Park, and ST jumped over it. Another time we made it even higher, and he walked through it. He turned into a ghost and walked through it, Tasteless.
Damn.
What are you going to do?
He turned into Nightcrawler, man.
Well, you know what? He can phase in and out of different dimensions. Of course, you guys think Nesty has only 3 dimensions. Oh, that's golden. No. He's a 21st dimensional being.
He is solid. And now we're going to see who is going to manage to stay in this group. Excuse me.
Yes, Lucky versus IdrA.
And I think IdrA should win this.
I do too, actually.
I think, by all accounts, IdrA should win this.
Lucky is...
I don't know if he will, but he
Lucky
should.
Lucky's really good, but... You know, IdrA, I've always felt, has had some of the best ZVZ, especially in the foreign scene, if not the world. And as we've seen before, Lucky has fallen to Zergs. So, I think IdrA can definitely take this down, man. First map, Daybreak, a huge map indeed, and that's going to fit into IdrA's style pretty well.
Yeah. He is, as long as there are no hiccups early on, I've always said this about IdrA, but it's true. As long as there are no hiccups at the start, he's fine.
Yeah, man.
The longer the game goes, the better he looks. The shorter the game is, the more vulnerable IdrA is.
No hiccups, then.
No hiccups.
Well, I'm going to go in there with a paper bag and pop it behind him.
Drink some water upside down. All right, it's time, head-to-head. IdrA up against Lucky here at the GSL Code S. Let's go. Thank you to our sponsors of the Hot 6. In the upper right, we have his ID. I don't know who's who. All right, that's IdrA. I actually didn't know.
Sorry. No problem.
Top of my monitor doesn't let me see that. All right, IdrA. In the bottom left, we have the underdog of this group. He needs FXO Lucky.
All right, same question, new game. If these two players are X-Men, which X-Men are these two players? If you get IdrA correctly, you are...
I think IdrA is actually Wolverine.
No, you're Wolverine.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Let me go again then. All right. Oh, that's a tough question. I don't know.
I think he's Pyro.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's pretty good.
I'm pretty sure.
And then Lucky could be like the Toad guy.
I knew you'd say that. I just knew it. I don't know who Lucky is yet. I have to think about that. But anyways, Lucky has scouted super quickly this game and gone hatch first. So he's blocking any possible hatch first play from IdrA, and IdRA's just going to go in the gas pool.
He does not want to lose that drone. It's good to delay, but you do not want to, burn that worker. Then we have the spawning pool on the way here. Note, IdrA actually going for early pool at every ZVZ we've seen so far. Or actually, no, excuse me, game he lost number 2 against Nesty. Did he go pool first in that game?
No, he went hatch first.
He went hatch first, okay.
That's why it went pretty poorly. But this game, he wanted to go hatch first, but that was a cool little metagame move by Lucky. It allowed him to get his hatch first up. But the hatch of IdRA's, even though it's delayed, isn't delayed too much.
Yeah.
And, some mining was lost by Lucky. Of course, IdrA lost some mining as well. I like the move by Lucky overall, though. It was nice. It was cute.
Yeah. He's, what do you expect coming into this game from IdrA? Will IdrA do a timing attack? Will he just sit and try to absorb all the blows from Lucky until Lucky's eventually exhausted?
Yes.
His options?
I think that IdrA is going to play as standard a macro game as he can. We very well may see him go mutas. He's one of the players that went mutas before most others in this matchup since the Infestor patch. NST led the charge, and IdrA was definitely one of the first to follow suit. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Mutasam. This is a great map to go, quick expansion into Roach into Muta. And even if he doesn't go for that, I think we're just going to see him really macro up, like go 3 bases, then take the 4th, and just try to play a great defense, just have a few more drones, a few more upgrades, a few more Roaches all game than Lucky. And I think that that's something that he can accomplish. This is a great map for that style.
Yeah.
For just the overall macro style that IdrA is just so good at.
Well, I'm really, really hoping that he can win this.
Oh, me too, man.
I want to see IdrA get deep in this tournament.
Indeed.
I'd love to see IdrA win this tournament, you know.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
We both know him so well. I mean, we've been good friends with him forever.
Yeah.
Trained with him in StarCraft 1 even back in the day when we were all so incredibly poor.
That's right.
You say you were a StarCraft 1 pro gamer, man. That meant you were poor. That was synonymous with poor.
Yeah.
Poor and unrecognized and unappreciated.
And your family doesn't love it.
And your family does not understand. Not until you're older. You're successful.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Sneaking by Lucky.
Damn,
there.
Look at that.
Yeah, Lucky with pretty quick speed overall. He sees that there's a Baneling Nest. But that's not necessarily any sort of attacking Baneling Nest. Lucky's already getting his own. You know, the Banelings for IdrA, I believe, will end up being defensive, but, you know, there is the chance that he will eventually stream down if he smells weakness in his opponent.
So, as you can see here, Lucky's hidden Overlord over there. Does get spotted, and is going to have to be driven out. You know, it's interesting in Zerg vs. Zerg, you can put Overlords out on the map, even not necessarily even tucked over something, because it takes the Queen so long to move off of creep that it's like, well, is it really worth it for me to go there? I'm going to miss the larva inject.
You know, at first, people thought it wasn't worth it, and then it became really in style to chase down Overlords with your Queens, and in fact, a lot of times you'll see 3 Queens in the matchup because of that.
Yeah.
Or at least in part because of that. So, right now, both players playing pretty defensively.
As you can see here with these results in Zerg versus Zerg, IdrA actually not having a lot of success in ZVZ.
Well, he has the same amount of wins, at least. These both players not playing a lot of ZVZs in GSL so far.
The truth is, it's not even a lot of games, so...
Oh, Lucky actually taking the 3rd base first. IdrA right now is getting his Roach Horn, which Lucky already does have.
I do wonder if it's a good idea to get into a macro game with IdrA. You know?
Well, you know, Lucky actually does have quite good mechanics. He's not known for his macro,
sure.
But you know, he's quite competent at it. IdrA, on the other hand, is going for the Spire. And so I like IdrA's play a little bit more, because here's the thing. Lucky is getting his Evolution Chamber, he's getting that upgrade, he's taking another base, and going layer all at once. So that's a lot of stuff. He can't really attack as well, so IdrA can easily tech up into his Spire and take his 3rd, and no Roach timings will do anything. Lucky will have to either go for some Hydras, which that's a pretty dangerous all-in to go across a map like this unless you make a sick creep highway and hit an insane timing. That's very difficult to hit, and I've seen very few people hit successfully against a good Muta player. Or you can turtle into Infestor.
Now, with the Spire done soon, about 10 more seconds here, but when the Spire completes, IdrA can stay active with those Mutalisks on a map this big. It's going to be so hard to deal with. It's going to be so hard. Because although Lucky has started pushing creep, it's just... hold that thought. We got a little bit of action over here.
Well, Lucky doing some pretty significant damage here to this hatchery. If he gets him to cancel, that's actually really good.
This is some really impressive control here.
Those 2 Banelings about to morph from Lucky, though, going to cause some issues here. Oops.
Oh, yeah, he should not have used that loss at 1 minute. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, Roach comes out.
Looks like he will end up holding it. Well done by IdrA. Very, very clutch hold.
That was very close.
And 8 Mutas on the way. 4 Spores being made by his opponent, as well as a Hydralisk Den. So he knows exactly what's going on. His Overseer went in, scouted that Spire, and sees, okay, he's going Muta, which is something IdrA does like to do. But right now, IdRA's supply is higher, 94 against 81.
Now the Spores are actually in a way more of a deterrent, because if the more and more Mutalisks IdrA keeps getting, the more he can... Oh, now this is nice. If he gets that Spore, actually... Nope, he will not. Basically, there's going to be a point in time where IdrA, if he does what I think he's going to do, he's going to have like 20 Mutas. You know, if the Zerg leaves his base, IdrA just flies into the main, for instance, kills everything, and then sends them mutas back because they're so fast, sends them back to defend.
Yeah.
And that would be when Lucky is basically dead. So we're going to have to see how Lucky deals with this. It will be pretty tough.
Yep. Now, a little tidbit for people that may not know this. Nesty's thought on the drone situation in ZVZ. Nesty is the best ZVZer in the world. And his thought is you don't need more than 60 to 70 drones in the matchup ever. And right now we have IdrA at 67, Lucky at 60. We're going to have to see if they abide by that Nesty
principle.
Rule. Yeah. IdrA, by the way, is already switching techs. Even though he's getting that +1 Mutalisk attack and has a decent amount of mutas, he's switching right now into Infestor Roach.
All right, as you can see, the Extractor will go down. He wants to limit the tech.
Ooh.
What?
We have a Nidus Worm being made.
Oh.
Look at that. There it is.
Nidus Worm.
And this may just be to hit a really quick timing with his Roaches and Hydras so he doesn't have to walk across this super long map.
Do me a favor, Toast, on your computer. Can you check and see, does he have vision of everywhere where a Nidus Worm could be put inside of his base? Because it looks like the Nidus Worm
he doesn't. He doesn't. Lucky has an Overseer.
Oh my God.
And he's doing it in the main base
He's doing it in the
of
main.
IdrA. This is huge.
No, he does see it. He does see it.
Does he? Oh my God, he's got to kill that.
It's going to finish.
No, he has the Roaches and he grabs it. He kills it. Huge deal that he saved.
Whoa, that was close.
Wow. And now I have to say, I like this position for IdrA. He's at 73 drones, Lucky at 65. And IdrA right now, I like his tech
I actually
room.
had heart palpitations back there. Colm's going to have to start paying me in Xanax, man. All right.
Right now, as far as units go, we have 5 Infestors and 18 Roaches, 9 Mutas for IdrA, and then 16 Roaches and 16 Hydras for Lucky. Those are the important units that are out right now. So the Infestor's obviously a long-term unit that, if they are used correctly, are going to be just so cost-efficient and really help out.
Another nice little move here. He really needs all that gas if he's going to get Infestors. So it doesn't look like it's much, but it's actually doing it's really helping him out.
It truly is. Yeah. And, I mean, look at his units just continually have to relocate. The Hydras are very slow to do such a thing. As you said, Tasis, it's slowing down Infestor tech switches, which he is teching up to Infestors right now. But that's a very annoying thing. Hydra's just kind of controlling the map with this pump of mutas.
Yep, and he didn't actually mass up as many mutas as I thought he would. He only got 9. Then he switched to Roaches.
Kind of an interesting thing where these guys are expanding. Lucky is expanding towards IdrA, and that makes sense for a Roach Hydra army. Whereas IdrA is expanding further away from Lucky, which makes sense for the fact that he has mutas out.
What are the upgrades for both players?
Right now for IdrA, we have no upgrades. He is getting, he just finished his +1 attack, so he is 1-0 with the first carapace on the way. For Lucky, he has 1-0 already with 2-1, very close.
This concave is pretty good right now for IdrA.
Both players are maxed, by the way. Oh,
Fungal on the Infestors!
But some good Fungals going up by IdrA, taking a lot of damage, losing some Infestors before doing maximum damage. Has a good concave right now for sure, but Lucky has some very nice Fungals, and don't forget those Hydras dealing a lot of damage.
And don't forget to focus on the bottom right side of the screen. There's a lot of Roaches over there.
Oh man, IdrA rallying out 30 Roaches, moving back, and beautiful burrow. Instantly, Lucky starts that Overseer. You have to be careful. If you get Fungled while you're burrowed, you cannot unburrow. All right, so IdrA right now still at 200 supply as he rallies up. 175 for Lucky, having a much harder time of things. The mutas are coming back into play, and there's only a few Hydras in there. Oh my God.
Oh no!
These mutas gonna make all the difference in the world.
He's running with the Roaches, but these mutas are what's gonna win this situation for him.
The
he
mutas
doesn't have the anti-air.
That's right, the muta's gonna kill everything. Look at this, trapping everything. IdrA completely outplaying Lucky right now.
He's closing on the Roaches. This expansion will be taken out.
Well, IdrA has 1-1, 2-1 for Lucky, but does it matter? IdrA up by 30 supply. His mutas making a gigantic difference. He has more Infestors, more Roaches, more everything here.
Okay, I think that's actually it. I think he just won.
Yeah, it looks like
GG.
it. IdrA just
really nice CBZ that we saw here. Really impressive. He just closed it for the kill.
Beautiful, beautiful play by IdrA here. This is so impressive. He continues to rally more and more down. His supply is up by 80 at this point. GG! IdrA takes game number 1 in a completely dominating fashion against Lucky.
Well, he has to be feeling good after that game. IdrA looked solid, man. Not one error back there.
No, he played a beautiful game. He showed, hey, mutas, yeah, they're awesome. And that is for so many reasons. He forced his opponent into some Hydras. He tech switched immediately. And just everything looked so great from IdrA. That was a beautiful game by him.
It was pretty sick, man. It was pretty impressive. Now, can he keep the ball rolling? Lucky, his name is kind of ironic for this group that he's in. It's kind of sad because I know he's a good player, but you really could not have asked for a harder group. You really could not be put in a group.
I mean, you could ask for one, but no one's going to give it to you.
Because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Just got to have realistic expectations for how you can get screwed over in life. So we're going to have to wait and see. We will go on to game number 2 now between Lucky and IdrA. I think Lucky is going to have to step it up. I think that was a game, though, he could at least kind of exhibit his skill to us. The games against MVP were train wreck.
They didn't really mean that much. He didn't get to show anything.
Right.
That game, though, he showed that while he's a very good Zerg, his ZVZ is not on par with IdrA's, at least in the macro sense. Now, if we get to see a game that is a little bit more aggressive, maybe he has better micro, maybe he has better decision-making in a quick and aggressive game. But as far as the macro game on a big map went, IdrA completely outclassed him. So we're going to go into the next map. It's going to be Metropolis. Haven't seen any ZVZs here yet.
I'm getting excited. So good to not... I actually would love to cast a bunch of ZVZs and PvPs. You know what I mean? We have so many Terrans historically here at the GSL that this is a very nice change of pace.
It is indeed.
And guys, also, because IdrA's not in the game for some reason, so I think we might have a delay, but please continue to spread the word about the GSL at GOMTV.net. They have the yearly tickets. You can still buy those.
Check those tickets out, man.
That is a bang for your buck. The fact of the matter is, actually, if you even buy one season, that's just a bang for your buck when you consider how much content that is. So, get a year-long ticket. You won't have to worry about it. And I hope you guys like our new clock down here.
I actually have a ticket already.
It's 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Well, that means that the East Coast guys, man, I am so sorry.
They're hardcore.
This time, but you guys, I don't know if you're farmers and you woke up for it, or you're nerds and you're still up for it. But yeah, thank you for watching.
There's only farmers and nerds in this world.
That's all there is, man.
That's all there is.
Two types of people.
There's also hybrid farmer nerds.
Well, here's the thing. And then there's nerds that farm other nerds like Nesty. He has a matrix-like setup in the IM house.
Honestly, Dan, he's a nerd rancher, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
He's got a bunch of nerds in a pen, okay?
He calls them heads like cattle.
Yeah. You should see his nerd slaughterhouse.
Did you know 30% of nerds die in the line to the slaughterhouse? They know what's coming.
Yeah, they know. All right. IdrA against Lucky on Metropolis. The capital P breaks the format in my brain. Metropolis. So get ready. Let's see if Lucky can turn this around or if IdrA is going to get that final one more shot. If the hardest thing you could possibly do, beat MVP. We're going to see. All right, I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis, and this is the GSL Codes in Seoul, Korea, the mecca of esports. Get ready for some more awesomeness.